Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing Hera-Ur Mythical using a Red Sonia team. In this team, I add Dawn Joker over Fallen Angel Lucifer just so I can have a 5-turn Heartmaker, so I can keep stalling just in case of emergency. Note you having max skilled Red Sonias makes this dungeon easier. The more pluses you have will make doing mythical dungeons easier. I wouldn't suggest just going in with any team. Just any team. Yeah, and basically just um, I would suggest reading the specs of the dungeon online, just so you know what's going to happen at most stages of the game. And on round one, you're going to want to select one ogre to go ahead and deal with. I'm going to go ahead and deal with the green ogre first. A lot of other people like to deal with the blue ogre first because it hits harder. Um, but I'm just going to go ahead and hit the weaker one first, get him off the stage, and keep the blue ogre above 50% HP, and he'll just do a bind on um, your water type monsters, which isn't a big deal. This will give me time to stall, which is what I need. Or actually, he does a bind on any random monster. How did I think about it? So he's gonna hit hard, but I'm gonna survive it, so it doesn't really matter. So basically, now that I've stalled a bit, now note the 10 turn actually isn't the water bind. The green ogre does a 3 or 4 turn water bind. This blue ogre does a 10 turn bind. So just forget what I said about it being a 10 turn water bind. It's actually just a bind, so something to look out for. Now what you want to do is you can either keep stalling like this and not dropping below 50% or move on in the dungeon, but you're just stalling to get Red Sonia's ability up so you can move forward. Just make sure that you kill him before his next turn once you drop below 50% or you will die. And note that even if you're playing row enhanced teams, they still require you to be able to combo. Don't at least a little bit. So don't just play row teams and think you have to make rows every turn. It's actually important to have at least an average combo skills, because you only really need to make rows every once in a while. You know, when you need to maybe one shot a boss. Um, so now on round two, what you want to do is if you didn't stall enough for Red Sonia to come up, then you're going to be stalling for Red Sonia. Otherwise, maybe damage formula down a little bit, not below 50% or he'll kill you, and then use one Red Sonia. And basically just make at least 2 rows, and you should be fine. This is definitely going to one-shot him. Now, on this next round, Ifrit uses a status ailment thing so that he can't be um, one-shotted by poison. So you don't have to worry about a preemptive strike on him. What I like to do here is use Dawn Joker at the start of this to have more hearts on the field, and then go ahead and manage um, heart orbs. And as long as you have around 17, 18k health here, he doesn't have any move that can one-shot you. So that's something to note. So basically, it's kind of like you're either stalling to get your Red Sonia ability up, or you are just working his health down at 50%. He'll do a water bind for about 3 or 4 turns. You'll see that right here. Not a big deal. It actually benefits you. It gives you a turn to basically heal up or whatever. If say you dropped him below 50% but didn't heal up that turn before, it'll actually give you a chance to possibly heal up. So that's something to look out for. And basically, when you're ready, just go ahead and finish him off and then move forward to the next round. This one will be pretty simple too. Just basically heal up at the start, whittle down her health close to 50%. If you get her below 50%, she's going to do a hyper dark bind, which will bind everything you have for 10 turns. You do not want that to happen. Um, so just for your information. So now what you want to do, I'm going to go ahead and finish her off. I made perfect rows right here. This should one-shot her. And then there's added Skyfalls, which is also nice. So this will one-shot her. And then go ahead and move on to Hera-Ur. Now this is, you cannot take a single hit from her. She hits for 20k per turn. So what you're going to do is activate Red Sonia, activate Shiva. She blocks his defense, his zeroing defense, but that doesn't matter. And then go ahead and use all of that. If it doesn't one shot, it'll bring her below 50%, which is awesome. This one shots her, so that's how you beat Hera-Ur Mythical. Don't worry if you mess up, and then as long as you drop her below, I believe 20 or 30%, it'll give you one more turn to defeat her, because she'll release magical powers, and then the next turn she'll start doing Jupiter Genesis, which will one shot you. So if you want, you can always stall back at Ifrit or on Minerva to get your third Red Sonia back up, just in case, and then you'd use one Red Sonia on Minerva, then use one with Shiva and King Batty, and if it doesn't one-shot her and brings her really low, that to that point where she'll activate magical powers, then you use Red Sonia, and then that should one-shot her. I thank you guys for watching, and that's a tutorial on how to beat Hera-Ur Mythical using Red Sonia. Just note, always before going into Mythical, always have I would say to always have a max level team or close to it, and a lot of pluses and max skills. That makes doing those dungeons a lot easier. So just something to look out about, you know. So I thank you guys for watching this video, and that was Hera-Ur Descended Mythical. Alright, thank you guys for watching.